So let's get started on the Unit 5 Lab 3. In this lab, you'll begin to create the pose where the character's left foot first hits the ground. Goals for the lesson: adjust the character's head, lower the character's center of gravity, and move the character's feet into a contact pose. Automatic keyframe insertion creates location, rotation, and scaling keyframes on a frame whenever a selected object is moved. If you pose the object again, automatic keyframe insertion will overwrite the keyframe that was already there. This is helpful when you want to add a keyframe every time you create a pose. When you don't want a keyframe to be created whenever you pose something, you'll turn it off. If you save your project and close it, when you reopen it, you'll need to turn on automatic keyframe insertion again. You'll turn on automatic keyframe insertion soon. But first, a quiz. When automatic keyframe insertion is on, it creates a new keyframe automatically whenever you hide an armature layer, show an object layer, change the view, or move an object. The correct answer is D, move an object. Let's get started by opening up our Blender file, just in case you don't have it open already. That is going to be the Walk Cycle version 2 that you had open. Yeah, so just make sure that you have that open. Okay, and so your automatic keyframe insertion button is the little red button here on your timeline. All right, and so you're just going to click that. Ding. Walk cycles. Think about the way a human walks. One leg takes a step forward, then the other, over and over. A walk cycle is one full cycle of steps, where a character takes a step with one leg and then a step with the other leg. The body naturally lowers when a leg steps forward and raises back up when the legs are together. In this project, you'll animate a character to do one full walk cycle. Then you'll repeat the cycle over and over so the character walks. But first, a quiz. What is a walk cycle? Is it a group of characters that walk around quickly? Is it a full cycle of steps where a character takes a step with one leg and then the other? Is it a character that moves without using its legs? Or is it an animation of a character riding a bicycle? The correct answer is B, a full cycle of steps where a character takes a step with one leg and then another. Walk cycle poses. A full walk cycle includes 2 steps, one with each leg. This means that each leg goes through the same set of poses. Click the buttons to see the poses you'll create in the walk cycle. Number 1, contact. In the contact pose, one foot has just stepped forward and is hitting the ground. 2, recoil. The character is at its lowest point, leaning fully into the forward walk motion. 3, passing. In the passing pose, the second foot has started to take a step and is just at the point of passing by the first foot on its way forward. 4, high point. The high point pose is when the forward moving leg has reached its highest point before coming down toward the ground. Animation plan. In this lab, you'll pose the character's head, feet, and legs for the contact pose on frame 1, where the left foot steps forward. You'll pose the character's arms, shoulders, and hips in the next lab. Click the arrows to learn about what you'll be animating in this lab. Don't try to do these steps now. You'll learn how to do them later. Yeah, okay, I'm guessing it's these arrows. Stage 1, you'll move the character's head down to a more natural looking position. Stage 2, you'll lower the character's center of gravity controller bone to give the legs more room to move. Stage 3, you'll move the left foot forward, then rotate the left foot upward until the heel is starting to hit the ground. Stage 4, you'll move the right foot backward. Excellent. So this is very exciting. I'm going to hit the number 1 so that I can make sure that I am in front view. And I think I'm going to scroll a little bit so I can see him a little better. And then we are going to click on the head bone. And then, that's a right click, by the way. You have to right click to select, remember? And then I'm going to hit the number 3 and move to the side view. And then I'm going to hit the letter R for rotate. And they want us to just rotate the head down ever so slightly. And then click to just release that. Good job. Please notice that it automatically created a keyframe. Dun 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 dun. Nice. Center of gravity. On the next page, you'll use the center of gravity controller bone to lower the character's center of gravity. This will lower the hips and give the legs more flexibility to move, so it will be easier to pose the legs and feet later. It will also make the body's movement look more realistic. All right, let's switch views back to the front view. So hit 1. There we go. Got mine to work. And we are going to, we will grab a hold of the center of gravity one. And I don't know why. Try hitting the number 5. Okay. I don't know. And then 1. There it is. It's because you got to hit the number 5 for that orthographic view. And then you hit the number 1, and then it will look like your lines are perfectly perpendicular. And the center of gravity one is the longest, so right click on that. And you're going to see how this says Z axis. So you're going to isolate its movement on the Z axis by first clicking the G and then clicking Z. And when you do that, you can move it and you'll notice that it will only go up and down. Okay? So you're just gonna take that and move it down until it's you're not gonna have it like way down, but think about between it and the next line and just move it down about that far. So about right there. That red line is like chopping off the top of its foot still, and then just click and you'll notice that it's going to make that keyframe for you. Ooh, this is kind of cool. It's just doing all the work for us. How nice. How convenient. Contact pose. The contact pose is the moment in the walk cycle when the forward moving foot first touches the ground. Touching the ground is also called making contact with the ground. In your animation, the left foot will be in the forward contact position first, and the right foot will be behind the character and getting ready to lift off the ground. You'll pose the left foot soon. Then you'll pose the right foot. But first, a quiz. Which of these images is a contact pose? The correct answer is D. Remember, that's the point where the foot coming forward just makes contact with the earth. See the heel making contact? Okay, so it's going to start to get a little bit wonky here. We are going to hit the number 3 so that we can see the side view. And you want to right click on that foot control, on the left foot control, and it tells you which one you've got selected. And you're going to be isolating its movement along the Y axis. So to do that, you'll hit the G for grab and then the Y. And then you're just going to move it forward a touch before it starts. As you can see, it doesn't move forward very much. It's got very limited motion. So I just moved mine forward as much as I could, and then I clicked, and you'll notice that it added the keyframe. And we're going to do the same thing. So I still have it selected. It's way over here. And I'm going to hit R to rotate it. And now you want to, and it's really wonky. The goal is to bring that toe up. Yeah. So that's about as good as they were able to get it in the video too. If you're not happy with it, just hit Control Z. I'm not thrilled about it. Hit G and Y again and see if you can move it forward and click and hit R and get that to rotate up a little better. I guess that's a little better, but it's a little wonky because it just doesn't feel like, you know, it's actually out there. So I'm going to right click on it again. I'm going to hit G and I'm going to see if I can get that foot to come forward anymore. Yeah, not having a lot of luck with that. Click and hit Control Z. I think that's about all I can get. And I think that's about what they had on the video too. So don't feel bad. I actually was able to right click on my foot control and hit G and Z, and I was able to get it to move up slightly more than it was. Not too much further, but that's better than nothing, right? Okay, now we're gonna move the right foot. So I'm gonna go ahead and do Control 3 so that I can see the other side, and I'm going to right click to select the right foot, okay? So that's Control 3 to get to the right side view, okay? And then we are going to hit G and control this along the Y, so hit G and then Y, and you're just gonna move that foot back until it just starts to lift up off the ground, and then click, and that sets another keyframe for you. If you feel like that wasn't quite far enough, you can hit the G and the Y and try to go back a little bit more. I'm not getting the best action out of it. Try to grab the left foot again and see if I can get some more movement outward. I can't get any movement at all. I might have to save. When's the last time you saved? Try clicking save. That's always a good thing. G and Y. So yeah, I can't get that foot to move out any further than that. That's the best I can do. Okay. And that's it. Hey, we get to save this. So File, Save As, and this is going to be version 3. Woohoo! Hit Enter twice. Whew! Done with Lab 3. Awesome. Good job.